You're watching News 24 Live. Welcome to our Tuesday Wheels Show. Today we are going to have a look at some viral Wheels related videos that have been doing very well on Wheels 24. As you can imagine, all involving crashes and bad behavior on the roads. Sean Parker from Wheels 24, thank you very much for coming in.
Pleasure, Nick.
I don't know if this is a stupid question or not, but why do these videos do so well on your site?
I think it's the voyeuristic angle. I think that people are quite happy that it's not happening to them, but they will watch it happen to someone else. And I think that's where the popularity sort of lies in these clips, yeah.
As we've seen in the past, a lot of them seem to come from the States and Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Probably just because there's more vehicles on the road, perhaps.
Yeah.
But talk us through the first two. The first one initially seems quite funny until the end. This woman driving under the influence, and then it appears that there are a couple of kids in the car.
So I think that touching on your first point about why there's so much footage coming out of the States and Eastern Europe, especially places like Russia, people have a lot of people have dash cams fitted to their cars. This is purely for an insurance point of view, so if you are involved in a car accident, you have that proof, to say if it was or wasn't your fault. So this incident happened in New York, and it was captured on the dash cam. As you said, a woman who was intoxicated, she rammed into a vehicle, and another motorist actually got out and asked her to stay at the scene, and she then reversed into traffic, and then she proceeded to ram the car again. And there were two kids in the car, and you can actually hear them screaming in the clip. So yeah, it's not very good. And obviously, I mean, it's probably maybe like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and this woman, is drunk out of her mind. So she shouldn't obviously, be like behind the wheel. So yeah, that was that one.
And I'm sure in the States they probably crack down a lot more severely on driving under the influence.
Yeah, definitely.
The next video, not sure what was wrong with this woman, but it seemed like she might have been having a bit of a nervous breakdown, but just doing donuts in the middle of an intersection and then ending up hitting a cop.
Yeah. So this is a video that came out of North Carolina, and this motorist proceeded to do donuts or drive in circles at busy intersections, and she moved on to different intersections to go and do a act. She knocked into a cop car, and eventually she landed in an embankment with the car flipping over. Once she was pulled out of the car by the cops, she actually she resisted arrest as well. So it was quite comical, like in the end. But I'm sure that she was obviously going through something, and to see her reaction once she had gotten out of the car, I don't think she knew what she was doing. So yeah, that also proved to be very popular. It's an 8-minute clip, but I think people watch it to the end because they want to know, exactly what happened to her. Yeah.
I mean, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, they are quite humorous at times, these things, but I guess the message here is just to really create awareness around
definitely
drinking and driving and just general awareness on the road.
Yeah.
Because this last one is not funny, which happened in SA, in Roodepoort, I believe.
Yeah.
Again, you were saying earlier a bit of a grey area about who jumped the robot, if they both jumped the robots, but a taxi, which they're notorious for doing, going through a red robot and colliding with a bakkie, and the driver you can see being flung out.
Yeah. This incident happened on Thursday, October 8th. It happened at about 5 in the morning, and the taxi quite clearly jumps the robot. He's way down the road. It's actually captured on CCTV footage. The driver of the Nissan Champ, who is turning right, also doesn't adhere to the red robot, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of our readers, we opened comments on that article, and they felt that the taxi driver was at fault. The two then have a massive collision, and the driver of the bakkie, who wasn't wearing a seatbelt, is then flung out of the bakkie. At the moment, he's reported to be in critical, condition at like a hospital. But just a terrifying accident that I think a lot of people see, could see potentially happening, like every day. I think we are faced with a lot of people jumping red robots, and this video brings to light the what what could actually happen. This is a terrible incident, and a lot of people had a lot of things to say about it. I think that the taxi got worse off, but I think that there was a lot of safety. Just people need to be aware, when they get into sections, and to wear the seat belts, because these things happen.
I suppose that sort of amber to red is a grey area. I mean, I think we've all been guilty of really sort of taking a last chance at the last minute as it goes red. Taxis do it all the time, but perhaps
look, we are
as soon
supposed
as you
to
see amber, stop.
Yeah, we are supposed to slow down when you do, when you reach an intersection, or a robot for that matter, and I don't think many people do. We have the mentality where we have to rush to to a place or whatever the case may be. So just happy that the driver of the bakkie, he didn't die. But yeah, just a startling reminder as to what happens on our roads.